Should you pay off your PID or your public improvement district or property improvement district? They're the same thing, but people call them different things. But it's a PID. You've probably heard of it as a PID when you closed on your house. You heard of a PID when you pay your taxes and your bills. It's built into that. So you're paying a PID. Now, let's say you have some extra cash and you're like, I want to pay off that PID and I don't want to have that fee anymore on my monthly statement, monthly bills, monthly taxes, whatever. Don't do that. I would recommend highly against paying off a PID. And the reason being is because PIDs typically last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years sometimes, and you're most likely going to sell your house before that PID is completely paid back. So let's use an example. Let's use an example of $20,000. You have a $20,000 PID remaining on your property and you go to sell the house and you've already paid off the PID. You paid off the PID years ago. And now you're going to sell and there would have been $20,000 left of it. Now you're going to try to get $20,000 more for your home because you paid off the PID. The problem is buyers are not going to see that the same way you did. They're going to look at your house and they're going to look at your neighbors' houses that look a lot like yours, and they're going to expect your house to cost the same as theirs. And just because you paid off that $20,000 PID in this scenario doesn't mean that they're going to pay $20,000 more for your home, because it's only costing them $100, $200, maybe $300 more to get a house with a PID versus a PID paid off. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I want to save you money. I want to see you have the most amount of equity possible. And if you pay off that PID, that's cash that's gone, right? So can you pay it off? Absolutely. You could pay off a PID, you cannot pay off a MUD. If you have a PID, if you want to pay it off, pay it off. However, I don't recommend that. That's not what you want to do, because when you go to resale, you're going to lose that money. It's basically $20,000 that's gone. So if you're sitting on $60,000 equity, you're losing $20,000. You're still getting 60, but you paid cash $20,000 years ago. It comes up often. I know people want to pay that off and get down to zero debt, Mr. Dave Ramsey, all that kind of stuff, but that's not something I recommend, because I want you to have the most amount of money in your pocket. And, could you put that $20,000 into paying off the PID? Yes, but you could also put, if you have a $20,000 amount burning a hole in your pocket, invest it into something that can make you money. And then that PID isn't going to cost you as much anymore. Anyways, that's my 2 cents for PIDs. At the end of the day, PIDs and MUDs are becoming more and more common. I know a lot of neighborhoods, especially when you're looking at new neighborhoods, you'll say, oh, well, that neighborhood you're looking at over there has a MUD. Well, we have a PID. Well, we have a PID and that one has a MUD. I mean, it is what it is. It's, when we were shopping for a house, we looked at a neighborhood that had no PID, no MUD, and we looked at a neighborhood that had a PID. And the houses that had a PID were less expensive than the houses that had no PID or MUD. At the end of the day, it ended up costing us about the same per month, whether we were in a PID or we were not in a PID or MUD. I feel like that was a lot of words and that might have gotten confusing. At the end of the day, it ends up being a wash for the most part. A PID isn't really costing you more money, or a MUD isn't costing you more money. It's just, where's that money coming from? So I'm in a PID. I obviously have no problem being in a PID. I also have no problem being in a MUD, because at the end of the day, if I'm finding a house that I love, a neighborhood I love, which the neighborhood's so important with what a neighborhood offers and your experience in that neighborhood and the kind of people it attracts and all that cool stuff. Like our neighborhood, tons of kids and families walking around all the time, because there's trails and there's a pond and there's a nice pool, and it's just, we love it here. And we're a PID. So a PID is not going to slow me down from buying a house. A MUD is not going to stop me from buying a house. So that's my 2 cents. If you want to pay your PID off, don't. You probably don't want to do that. If you really, really want to, and you want kind of to talk through this a little bit more, let me know. Happy to do it. Happy to talk through it with you and kind of feel you out, see where you want to do, what you want to do, how you want to do that, and we'll go from there. My name is Jordan Bellinger. I'm with the Bacon Bellinger Real Estate Group at Coldwell Banker Apex in North Texas. Anything you need in North Texas, whether you're buying, you're selling, you're investing, or maybe you just have questions like this one, like the PID or the MUD situation, let me know. I'm happy to answer those questions for you. And then if you are looking anywhere in the world outside of North Texas and you're looking for an agent to help you buy, sell, invest, or again, even answer basic questions for you about an area, let me know and I'll connect you with them. It doesn't cost you anything. If you end up buying something with them, it doesn't cost you any more to go through us. It just pays us to connect you with them, and we can make sure that you have excellent representation wherever you are in the world. So that's what I got, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.